Hi guys, it's me, just losing again, and for this video, I would like to wish everyone out there in Interland a very happy and safe Thanksgiving for the year 2025. This holiday is about coming together as family, friends, and enjoying a good hearty meal. So as such, I have taken it upon myself to talk about a movie franchise in which a loving family gets together every year for a wonderful meal of Soylent Green. Yes, I am talking about a very famous Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. In this case, I have a little confession to make because, as per my tradition, I want to do every movie in a certain franchise in order of when they were released. So, but unfortunately, this one was kind of a mistake in itself because I have seen this movie before, and I've seen, I think I saw the third Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that came out when it came out years ago. But the thing is that this not that movie. This is not number 3. This is number 6. So I think that it's like the prequel to the remake of the movie that came out in like 2001, 2003 maybe, by Michael Bay with director. So this is the prequel to that movie rather than the prequel to the original movie, which came out, I believe, in the 90s or something similar to that. So, unfortunately, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, is the prequel to the remake. It came out in 2006. So, I figured that no one minds that much because, besides the first 2 movies, I don't think anyone cares about chronology of when I do these movies, as long as I do them for Thanksgiving. So anyway, this movie is quite weird. I would like to consider it to be a remake of the prequel, which is kind of weird to say, but it'd be like if Star Wars Episode 1 was remade again with different actors and whatnot, but it still has the same key scenes and keynotes from the first movie, from the first edition. That this is from the special edition, by the way. Anyway, this movie is quite odd in that we all know and love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. We all know the original was the best one out of them all. And number 2, I actually respect a lot more, and it's a lot more funny. But in this one, it's more like that they have to set up for we all know and love, the story that we all know and love. So it's kind of like the beats that the first one came out over, and then the remake, what happened there. So it's like you gotta make sure to leave no stone that could be unturned for the remake and the original. So you pretty much know how it's gonna end. No survivors, no additional people getting away and all that good stuff. And exactly how it's gonna set up. That's the problem with prequels in general, that there's no additional stuff. Otherwise, you got people like me that will nitpick every little design to survive this change, this person did a different guy in general. So, get that. But, there was a lot of, like you said, a prequel and an origin story for the man himself, the main man himself, Leatherface, which is a portrayal that is based on real life serial Dean. And, he was one of the original Mama's Boys. And I like the portrayal in this movie as the Hogan Brute, played by Andrew Bryansky. I think that's his name, Bryansky. And it's very good. And the thing is that it's supposed to be that he is supposed to be mentally slow in this movie. And he does do a pretty good job portraying that, all the makeup and the new face he gets in the movie and all that. But the only thing that I don't like about it is that in the portrayal of Leatherface, they get rid of his happy dance. You know that part in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, in which he holds up the chainsaw and he does the little boogie dance. I kinda like that. I kinda like that. Kinda like seeing like, sick 'em boy, sick 'em. And he does the happy dance and he kinda like Jason Voorhees. You know that he's coming. You know that he's very slow when he comes to you, but when he does pretty good mastering, well. But in any case, he got it occurred in 1939, and you find out that the woman that gives birth to girl Leatherface in like a sweatshop or like other clothing place, and she asked to be let her work to go to the hospital or something, or the infirmary. With the guy said, no, you can't go out. You were only allowed once. And so she gives birth to the kid Leatherface right then and there. I think it's implied that she dies in the process of giving birth, because the baby is born like in blood and stuff. So I guess that's like a sign of being killing the mother off, which is really tragic. But then it turns out that they threw the baby in the dumpster, which is really unfortunate. But what's even more unfortunate is that they don't capitalize on this in Film Guide, when Film Guide does a cutaway gag with the dumpster, with the prom night dumpster baby song. I feel that they could put that in there and it'd be just fine. So then you see an old woman there going through the dumps looking for food, and it so happened that she hears the cry of the baby, and the baby is deformed. I believe that he's got one of the hair lips on him. You know, when my hair lip open up on the hair lip. So this kind of is personal for me because my mother was born with a hair lip. So she got fixed obviously when she was young, but that could get infected and all that, especially in a filthy dumpster like that. So that could lead to more deformities and more infection and more diseases for run down the road. I want to take care of. So the woman ends up taking it as her own, like as a God-given blessing and stuff, because apparently she can have children for herself, or she already had children. So anyway, she takes home and she said that it's the most beautiful thing I ever saw. To which her husband said, "That's the ugliest damn thing I ever saw." That's funny. But the really sad thing is that it says that the guy is slow, mentally slow. But they use the R word in it very profusely. And I'm talking about the word retard. They say retard this, retard that, retard this, retard that. It's like, I know that these people are supposed to be rednecks and backwoods people and all that, but I would think that they would be able to come up with a better word than that, different word than that. You say slow, you say retarded, you say not quite there, that kind of thing. You don't take the R word for every little thing. It'd be like me saying the word black all the time to describe African American people, or something else. Like that there and that above. So, there's a ugly thing in the movie, which I'm sure that way back when, back in the 60s and before that, that was a very popular word to describe those that are mentally ill-fitted and all of that. like Forrest Gump. So, also another thing in this movie is, you have Leatherface. That's be his name. I think his name is Tom in the movie. But it's used really that, except by one character, which I'll get to in a moment. But, yeah, Tom grows up as like a butcher in the same, I think it's probably the same butcher factory that your mom lived in, which is kind of ironic. But, anyway, the boss guy there is still riding hard to deal with his mother, not in a weird such way, but just being a douchebag to the guy. And you see, this is another thing that kind of bothers me about these movies. You got this big hulking guy who's a giant, who's got more muscle than anyone else inside combined. You know that he's mentally not all there, right? So why you gotta push his button for it? It's like you're asking to be killed by this big brute. And sure enough, that's what happens. The guy gets pushed so far that he ends up killing his own boss. Which I know it's some kind of power fantasy that you kill your boss and stuff. My father and my aunt, when they were working for my Uncle Darius, I'm sure they probably ran across their mind to do that once or twice. But, anyway, Leatherface or Tom kills his own boss, and then the sheriff guy called. He called the sheriff office, and he's being killed by this guy, and it's like, excuse me, can you talk more clearly and more, you can talk more clearly and slowly. Meanwhile, the guy screaming his lungs out. He's like, ah! As it's being knife in the back and in his head and all that. So it's like the car you freeze it no longer in service. Like, oh shit, I should pay my phone bill. So anyway, they have them to come this guy. I don't think that they had him for dinner on that night. But anyway, they have the next guy. They only refer to him as Tom, and I know that Ermi is well known for his portrayal of the Sergeant Gunny in the movie Full Metal Jacket. That's iconic. That will never be denied to him. He's perfect for that role because at one point he went to jail sergeant in real life. But in this movie, playing Chef Holt or Hoyt, and then playing the weird chef slash head of the household for the Sawyer is I would consider that to be his second most famous role because he is awesome in this role. He played the role of the redneck chef, cannibal chef to a T. And in later parts, he actually does like a very good. He harkens back to his whole drill sergeant stick, which I find to be hilarious. When one of the people tried to escape his coming over for dinner, he asked the guys to do push up, and and as he's doing a push-up, not only is Ermi berating this guy, but he's also hitting him off the head with a nightstick. Now, I know this was a thing back then, but yeah. Chef Hoyt is he kills the main sheriff in the movie, the real sheriff, and he likes to pose as the sheriff for power trip, much like Ice and Bill are right now. I know that they're not really supposed to be that back then they didn't exist as as real law enforcement agency, but it's actually kind of funny that he's playing around with that like space age talk. And I know that they're not very law enforcement agency agents. They pretend to be, and they pretend to get this power trip like Chef Hoyt is. So he said to his family, we all gotta thank the sheriff for coming over for dinner. And as he said this, he ladling in soup for the morning soup. And you can very easily tell that is soup made of the real sheriff. So you know that there's gonna be a big, that you're in trouble when the real sheriff is dead, and this guy just cosplaying as a law enforcement officer. And so that's really funny to me for some reason. I mean, every performance that the skydive is golden, but different when you playing at law enforcement officer. So then we got these other friends that are going out to Texas, the Southwest on like a trip. And I think that one of them wanted to get out doing they wanted to get Jeff Dodger, like a real police to Vietnam. And he wanted to skip over to Mexico to do that. So when he did that, the guy wanted to desert his team, which is good reasoning. I wouldn't want to go what either could serve. But they have them trying along and being with Eric, with Chrissy and the other girl's name. I know the actress plays her, but Chrissy is played by Mia from the Fast and the Furious franchise. It's Jordana Brewster. So they have her as the last girl. Spoiler alert. But yes, they have him being accosted by a back gang. And it's funny because this biker gang has a woman in it, and they tend to do like a weird sexual thing to the girl, this thing to women in the group. And it's kind of weird because it's kind of assuming that the girl is so macho and so brave that she'll do that to the girls. Meanwhile, the rest of the bag, they get looking like kill the guy and bash up the car. Which is weird because, whenever you associate bikers in the 60s, you always think the worst. You always think that they're going to all the biker gangs going to get killers and stuff like the Hells Angels and all that. But the truth is that bikers are among the sweetest people in the whole world. I remember that when we had the dome on the pool, that was because of charity put on by bikers years ago. So I got a lot of respect for bikers. Not the Hells Angels though, but still bikers in general. Because they're sweet teddy bears. I wouldn't want to mess them in the bar or anything, but they're nice people. They're good people. So anyway, they get in a big accident trying to get with bikers, and then at the bar they try to get with them more. So then they show the biker won't let up. Then the guys end up getting in their accident. And Chef Hoyt could compete him a bit on the side of the road, which is never a good thing, because he tends to go with the shotgun and beat some people, and even though they're injured and whatnot. Now, Chrissy is the one that actually gets flung out of the car, not enough that she is undetected by Sergeant Ermy. And it's such a funny because he takes him into custody by gunpoint, and he takes him back to his own little house of horrors. Not onto the police precinct, because that would be too legitimate. But he actually makes him go back to own house. And but just before that, the biker chick, Alex, follows them on the road and gets into an accident and goes in there, guns blazing, kills the two women and take them for her own. So, thinking that Chef Wood actually takes the girl, shoots her, takes the girl, the biker chick with which Leon will prompt the girl Chrissy to go with the biker leader and go get his woman back. Doesn't work out good for him. Anyway, the biker girl, this badass girl gets shot by the faux cop. And yet, guys witness this and to go with them too because it better be shot, better father in my case and get shot. So anyway, he'll go to his house, the house. I don't know if it's the same one from the first movies or whatever. But he goes over there and he told Leatherface to stop preparing Alex for dinner and that we'll never go hungry again. And it turns out that he is also a war vet that it's a sacrifice had to be made on the battlefield that people had to die so that we could live. So basically they turned this guy, this chef, into Mr. Grimm from Twisted Metal Black. Because they made so that he had to cook people to eat them for survival. So like Mr. Grimm. So that's kind of funny. Like so then they had they had him doing that, and yet he would love the fish to get out of gravy to consume. So what's really funny is that Alex is already dead at this point, but the other guy is being tortured and being given an opportunity to run away. But it's funny that he gets a chance to escape because he doesn't like all the hippie bullshit and stuff. Right? You give him the chance to escape by doing the push-ups while he's berating and beating him up with a knife stick. Therefore, kind of like cheating a little bit by beating him up, which is very funny because I think that if you're given the opportunity when he was the sergeant in the movie from Massacre, I'm sure that he would love to beat the actors up, but he couldn't. So anyway, they have him beating up these guys. It doesn't give Eric a chance, which is the real war vet. Dean was get just on the cusp of going to Vietnam. Kind of like my father, and my father's number was a cold. So he didn't actually dodge the draft, he was just called in for it, for service. Anyway, the thing was that with him, they had Alex strung up and living at work. With a regular piece of beef or pork or something. But the thing is that that's okay for her body to be, prepared for food. But in crime time for Eric and Dean, Leatherface doesn't do that. He skins them alive, but he doesn't actually prepare the meat like he does it with the meat some kind of equality, equal treatment, that kind of thing. But no, not for Leatherface. Leatherface is too busy getting a new face, which I think that he got the idea from a size pop song, New Face. I think he took it a little bit too literally because he ends up getting a new face from Eric. That's the horror and disgust of Chrissy, which is under the table when he does it. It's kind of horrifying because that was her boyfriend, her Smizmar. So anyway, she eats the blood, the gore, the splatter all over the face. And then you see the other girl, played by Dora Bard, get it right in the get the meat hook right in her right in her pillows, which is horrible. I guess the Leatherface must like breast meat on a person. So anyway, they have that the girl was tortured, and the biker guy is led by Chrissy to get his woman back, Alex. But he's assaulted by a Leatherface. Not before he takes it out. He shoots girl, Uncle Monty. Now Uncle Monty is funny because he gets shot in the leg. So he has to go. He's sitting down wet, and he's got to get and he's like amputated by Leatherface. Well, Chef Hoyt holds him down, and it's funny because what the hell is that for? Oh, this is for surgery because you're not gonna like it that much. So Leatherface ends up cutting his leg off with a full-size chainsaw. That's really funny to me because there are knives, there are many chainsaws they can use, but he goes out with the big guns and then kills them with this big chainsaw. He cuts off the leg. So he said, "Oh man, that's sloppy. It's clean all infected and stuff. Better make the other side even." What are you doing that for? Oh, it's for balance. So he orders Leatherface to chop off his legs. His other leg too. And it's really funny. Because then when he says, "Okay, clean this up Tommy." So when he does it with the same brown paper that you would wrap around meat at the butcher shop. It's really funny. No antiseptic, no alcohol, no nothing, just brown paper. I'm sure that's gonna be fine one day. That's gonna be real pretty. So anyway, they have him doing that. It's just so hilarious. It's so backward and so rednecky. So then they have him doing that, and then had them they have them they have the guy be going after the gun with a gun, the head biker guy going at him with a gun, saying, "Where's my woman? Where's the girl?" So he takes the blonde girl up to Dora Bard, And he said, "That's not my girl." So then Leatherface comes out from behind the shadows and knocks him off. He knocks him off. And it's funny because apparently he was bullied when he was in school by a form for looking like you. So the sheriff says, "Look, that boy picked on you in school. Go get Leather, kill him." And that's just weird because, even though some bullies may pick on me, I don't wish them dead. I don't wish them harm me. I don't wish them harm either. So, this is a radical step for me. Just want them dead. So, you see the bike guy float on top of the chainsaw. So what does Leather do? He ends up, activating the chainsaw and pulling the cord. And he ends up chopping it straight up from his belly up. You see the chainsaw just chopping up his inside, going up and down through his back. And you see a Floyd over there, cosplaying at his chest, though, saying that he's yelling at the dead body, saying, "How dare you bring a fucking gun into my fucking house and this and that." The guy is unhinged. Why the hell are you yelling at a dead body for? It's not like you can hear it or anything. So anyway, then you see that at the bike hit the floor, and the meal is prepared and stuff. The only party being prepared for dinner, and the fat mother, sings a song to the woman, the same way that she did a long time ago to the other girl, a slow baby, as she prepared her hair for dinner. And it's implied that she also lost her teeth too, like in the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, when they have like a hair and things being prepared. Furnishings made out of hair, bones, and all that other stuff too. I also think that it's implied that the mother in this is also the same mother from the second movie, when they showed the corpse of a real old baby in that mountaintop theme park attraction. But I'm not sure about that. I don't think she had glasses on. That's not out. So anyway, they had him, she just so zoned out that she could barely understand anything. But the mother said to Leatherface to let her go, and so he chops her. He lets out her throat like he was cutting a Christmas ham. And then the Uncle Monty is over there, still gazed at his spine from getting his boots leg chopped off. Above the knee. So, then at one point, the guy Dean gets his revenge on Chef Hoyt by they have him do push-ups on the ground, but when he gets on the deck and puts his head in the ground so that he loses all his teeth, which is canon to the first and second movie, as the guy in charge, the cannibal guy, doesn't have any teeth in its skull. Go 1, 2, 3. and it's kind of funny actually that it's Venom, I think. But then Leatherface gets them back by uh, by doing like a strange chainsaw a bit that while the guy is being impaled by this chainsaw. And I feel that a chainsaw wouldn't be able to hold up a body like that. It might do for a piece of wood or something, but for a full 150-pound body, I don't think that would suffice to hold the weight up. So anyway, Chrissy escapes in much the same way as the first girl did in the first detective movie by jumping out the window at dinner time. Very rude guest. Doesn't even say goodbye first, but she ends up crashing out the window, and then Leatherface is right hot on her heels. And for some reason, she ends up getting in a car, and for some reason, he ends up teleporting behind her into the car, into the back seat, until she's almost out of the way, out of reach of him. And then she sees the cop right there, an actual cop, pulling somebody over. And then, right as you think that she's home free, he ends up coming out from behind the seat and rams the chainsaw through the seat into her back, out of her belly area. So that's really good, because it takes up all loose ends, and it makes sure that they are never discovered until later on in the film. And in 1993, they have the narrator guy say, in 1969 to 73, the worst chain of murders in Texas, much like in the first movie goes with the narration and stuff. So anyway, the thing is that no loose ends comes into play when Mia ends up crashing into this chair and the guy that he pulled over and into the sort of buffet of human beings. And it's quite weird that happened, because you think that a cop and another guy with the T car running toward them and try dodge out of the way. But I guess they wanted to come to the next meal. So anyway, I like the way because the sheriff is really not really a sheriff, but part of the family and part of the crazy cannibals over there. I like the way that they are, he helps perpetuate this whole thing around cannibals and luring people into the sort of house. And then I like the way he makes famous his chili recipes. And God bless him, he was a good actor, good funny actor. And whenever I hear him, I always could be gunnery sergeant or the guy from this movie. Jordan Bruce is also very good, and the other people are good too. But I really like this one. It's really special to me. This one because for one thing, you need to have good presence to have Leatherface be a threatening character, and it's really something special that they make the unwieldy chainsaw into some kind of combatant weapon. You know, I would expect for him to like throw the weapon like a big boomerang or something, or like a big spear. And that would be funny, but they try to make this as realistic as possible. You know, it's kind of hard to believe that they try to make it as realistic as possible to show how this could really happen. And I like the fact that Lee Irving actually, how he does, how he commits into this fault, this crazy guy that wants to give thanks to this meal. He does grace. He even calls Chrissy an asshole for interrupting his grace statements. And when she told him, you fuck all your cousins to your treasure finds. And then he says, I'm going to kill her best friend. So she lets her die. It's actually a really good movie in that regard. And the bit that she is almost on free. And think it'd be like a review of the first movie where the girl gets away from everything, from the madness and stuff. And then it's just, she ends up getting beaten because, they can't be discovered by people. The first movie, the whole chronology of the whole Texas secretive thing will be released to everybody, so they can have that. So they have to be destroyed before there are any more witnesses. Just these are this. But I actually like the way it will come together in a nice low bow at the end. And it's really funny. So yeah. I thank you for watching the video on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, the 2006 version of it, and the Thanksgiving of 2025. I guess that's my repeat Liverpool. Because it's funny. I find it so funny that they make such a chef wait to be like kind of like Mr. Grimm, that he wants to have a buffet of human beings. He said, as God's my witness, we will never go hungry again. Well, I say, if they are cannibals, how can you make sure that nobody will go hungry again? Are you always going to be able to provide for your family by doing this, luring people over there every single day? And when somebody be missed and from an investigation for the missing people, and the mother does bring this up at one point. The sheriff, the real sheriff, when his family got questioned, where is he? And these four people, when they question where these people, when their family question where they are, that's a big question. that isn't into its movie. You know, why can't other people investigate where their loved ones are? And also, I'm pretty sure that cannibals don't just survive off human meat. I'm sure they got other, vegetables, fruits, and others in the diet. So it's not like humans are just uh, a mainstay of the diet. It might be a treat or something like that, and something special for Thanksgiving. But yeah. So if you guys like what you see here and you want to see more of my videos, you can like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also comment me for future information on my future videos and stuff. But call me or text me at 631-707-3707. Also, you can get my you can follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer. Call that at PNelsonPro. Also, you can get me on my email at jjsviewchannel@gmail.com. So, as the Texas fans out there, I'm curious if these movies and this franchise gives Texas a bad name as a whole, because it's in the title of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let me know if you guys want this franchise to stop, give you guys a bad name, or if you like it. And I'd like to wish you guys a very happy and safe Thanksgiving for 2025. Only too much turkey, and don't get too big and bloated from your meal. Have a happy and safe holiday, and have fun with it. Peace out, brothers and sisters. I'll see you girls and guys in the next video. All you people in ancient lands, good holiday. Sayonara. Couple.